And hello everyone, welcome to today's Relive the Magic podcast. I am your host, Dallas Thompson, and today I'm joined by my good friend Alex Storis. And today we will be talking about recent photos from the Spider-Man 3 set that have leaked, along with our thoughts on the Mandalorian Season 2 and the future of Star Wars on Disney+. And before we get started today, I just have a few quick things I want to mention. First, if you don't already, please follow us on Twitter at RTM Magic Podcast and subscribe here on our YouTube channel or to our Spotify podcast page. And if you'd like to support the show, send in a question, thoughts, a topic you want to hear us talk about, or anything else, please visit us at streamelements.com/relivethemagic/tip, and there you can leave a question while also supporting the show at the same time. Without further ado, let's get to our news topics for today. All right, so we only have one news topic to get to today, and that is in the world of movies and specifically Marvel movies. Today, some set pictures leaked from Spider-Man 3, which is currently filming in Atlanta. The set pictures didn't really show us much. They showed, though, a few small things. They showed, that the movie's set around Christmas time, which makes sense considering it comes out in December. It also shows that there's also a scene description that came out as well with it, and that it was basically just Ned and MJ got a job at a donut shop, and I think that doesn't really tell us too much, but what it does tell us is that even though there's all these rumors of the movie being set in the multiverse and having all these heroes come back, I think it's still going to be like a pretty grounded movie that still focuses on them in high school, and which is great because that's what I thought made the last few movies stand out. The comedy of being in high school and their teachers and their friends. So I'm glad to see that'll still be a thing in this movie. You saw these pictures. What did you think of them?
It looks like that it's kind of like it's definitely going to be kind of like in a Christmas movie taking place in December. So honestly, I can't say much because like Marvel won't spoil, but
Yeah,
I do think like it's amazing how like Spider-Man's gonna be like that kind of like big key of the MC universe now.
yeah. Now that the main people from the last few phases are gone, pretty much, it'll be his time to shine. Hopefully, if Sony lets him stay in the MCU. Yeah, that's the one big issue I feel like.
Like I'm all for it. Like I'm like, who can't love Spider-Man? I love Spider-Man.
Yeah, those have been some of my favorite movies of the MCU, the Homecoming and Far From Home. So I'm sure this one will be good. There's been a lot of rumors going around.
If I would say my speculation, if I got a moment, do I got a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it could be like they're continuing with like they're probably gonna introduce Venom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they'll probably tie in Venom and the upcoming Morbius movie to it. If not in this one, then at some point. There's all these rumors about the multiverse and the previous Spider-Man.
Don't forget the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The Spider-Verse too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. It could be a pretty long movie, to be honest. There's a lot going on in that movie. Doc Ock's coming back. Electro's coming back.
Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be crazy. Great.
But yeah, these also seem to show that they're going to keep with the high school theme. They also recently announced that like the high school teachers from the last few movies are coming back, which is pretty good because I thought they were pretty funny characters. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that movie in December. It's going to be a long wait though. Still a while away.
It's my most anticipated of 2021 for sure.
Yeah, I think so. For me too. So that's that. Spider-Man 3 photos leaked. If you have any predictions, you should leave them in the comment section below and let us know what you think. All right, so that's our only news topic for today, and so now we'll move on to our main topic today, which it's a little late because a few weeks ago, Mandalorian season 2 wrapped up. But we're gonna be talking today about Mandalorian season 2, and I mean, I guess just the show as a whole, and how it's really, for many people, it's kind of undone the issues that Star Wars has had lately. There have been people that really didn't like the movies Disney's put out lately. There have been people that loved them. There have been people that hated like the prequel trilogy or the spin-offs, or it's just there's been a lot of division in the fandom. But one thing that really has been pretty constant lately is how much everyone loves The Mandalorian. So we figured we'd take some time and just talk about the show. Several points from the show that we'll be talking about today too. But first of all, what were your general thoughts and your review of season 2? You can say spoilers, so here's your warning. If you haven't seen it yet, though, it's been a while.
Ooh. Spoiler
so,
alert.
Go first.
Spoiler. All right. Oh boy. So okay, this season was it started out as more like okay, like he's with Baby Yoda, which I'm not gonna say his name till we get to that part. But anyways, so it's like, there's always action to action, with Mondo and the little one, but he realizes, okay, this is the way. I'm gonna protect you, and all that stuff, like at all costs, till he finds someone to watch over, and he encounters the characters Bo-Katan and from the Battle of Mandalore. And if you guys ever like watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars and all that stuff, it connects and ties with the Mandalorian a little bit with all these characters. And then they encountered Ahsoka Tano, who's like, again, an old Jedi from back in the day too.
Yeah, she's a very popular character.
And she's Anakin's apprentice. So it was pretty cool, like, see Rosario Dawson portray that role.
That episode was probably on my top 3 episodes for the season. That was a good one.
Yeah. What else? And then let's see, from there, we discover the name of Baby Yoda. Spoiler alert: Grogu.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, to be honest. I didn't expect them to reveal his name in this show, but I'm glad they did.
And now it's like we learned that he has a connection with Mondo throughout the series.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Boba Fett?
I'll be honest, I wasn't really familiar with him before this season, so this was kind of like my introduction, because I haven't watched a lot of the series or read any of the extra books. He's in the movies very little, so it was cool to see him, and I thought he was awesome. I thought there was some action scenes with him. There were some of the best moments in the season, and he's a pretty cool character.
He really kicked. Yeah, he kicked butt at this. Like throughout the whole movie, like throughout the whole scene, that scene, that episode. Oh man.
Then from there,
it served justice for it. Kind of like gave the character its full potential and how badass, this character is, and he's like such a very, popular highly fan base character in the Star Wars universe. And then from there, the grand finale.
Yeah, the finale.
You
awesome.
watched the finale. Oh man, that was a heart pounding moment for me. I'm not gonna lie. That was like I wish the movie kind of gave me that type of adrenaline rush.
I honestly wish we could have seen this show in theaters. It would have been really cool to watch in theaters.
All right. No, yeah.
Yeah.
TV series are the golden age. I'll tell you that. It's like,
Yeah, in a few minutes we can talk about the upcoming shows, but
yeah, no, it's like overall the Mandalorian season 2. I liked it. It was honestly I kind of liked it better, and
season
I
1.
assume that like I can't season 3 is gonna be a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah. I thought it was a good season. The first half was a lot of adventure of the week episode kind of things where it was not really connecting from episode to episode, but the last 3 or 4 episodes were they had kind of cliffhangers, and I thought that was like the best part of the season in my opinion, from when Ahsoka came on to till the end, because once she started talking about the Jedi will come help Baby Yoda and train him all the way to the end. That was pretty much the focus of the story, which I thought was good. I liked them connecting it, but I also liked the part where they didn't. So I thought this season was a lot better than the first one in several ways. But I'm still surprised in season 1 they kept Baby Yoda a secret from the audience until it debuted. 'Cause that was a big surprise, big reveal. Yeah, and the finale is definitely my favorite episode. The Luke Skywalker reveal at the end, that was awesome.
It's giving like the show overall, and this is how I would say it's like it's opening up, giving like so many bridges to new, like what could possible, like I mean we already know like how the franchise is and how it ended, but it's just like getting to that path. It's like now at this point merging.
Yeah.
Like we're currently in the bridge.
Yeah. What did you think? For me, one of the things that stood out about the finale, about the last few episodes, and even about the first season, the main villain, Moff Gideon, I thought he was a really good Star Wars villain. I thought he was played really well by the actor. And I kind of think he was a little underrated in the show, to be honest. What did you think about him as a villain and just his impact on the show?
He was like really like much like a really, you build like so much of a threat, and that's how you would. And I feel like the writing, whoever, like the way they ran up to this character, like John Farhu, like his ideas, his vision, really like it's very astounding. Like wow.
Yeah, and
like I wasn't like it's just that's how you can create a villain. That's how you create a villain right there.
Yeah, it's definitely all the aspects definitely come together to make a good character and a good story. One of the most impressive things of the show to me has always been how most of the time you don't really see Mandalorian's face, but you always can kind of tell what he's thinking or what he's feeling, and you can connect with the character even when he has the helmet on. And I thought that was a really good part of the show. That showed good writing, good direction, and good acting by whoever's in the suit as well, of course. And I thought it just shows that's how important, all those things are to a series. Something really cool about this show that some of you may not know is the technology they use to film this. They basically film it in front of a huge LED wall that they program to move and track with the cameras, and they put props in front of it, but they don't really have to go anywhere. It saves them a lot of money. I mean, after it's built, of course, it's extremely expensive to build something like that, but I think that's really, the future of these kind of shows. I think Marvel will probably use it a lot, but they said they'll be using
movies
it.
Too.
Yeah,
movies. Oh man, that saves.
I think it's gonna become the next big thing, because you can't even tell in the show, like you have no idea that they're in front of a screen at all.
They're just awesome. They can just build a set, take it down, build, and then it's like they're kind of keeping like theater, but like they're just where they can just turn down each set.
Yeah, and
inside a building.
I don't know if you watched.
And you can control light, but go on. What you're saying?
I don't know if you watched like their behind the scenes thing for season 2, but they were talking about it's also really beneficial for the actors because a lot of times in these types of shows, they're in front of a green screen. They don't really know where they are or what they're really doing, and so actually being able to see it how it is in the film helps them out a lot. Helps their performance, and that's one reason I think we get such great acting and performances in this show. And I think the technology has a lot more benefits than we think.
If I have to say one of my favorite scenes in season 2, and how they did a good job, like the background overall, like the best background set design I feel like would be Ahsoka's like spot where she like.
Yeah, that episode was really. Episode looked really good. That's what I noticed by that one. I actually, I only stayed up a couple of times until it came out. Here on the East Coast, it's 3 a.m. when it comes out. I stayed up for that episode because I knew that would be a good one, and then I stayed up for the finale, I think. Yeah. Those were my 2 favorites of this season. What were your 2 or 3 favorite episodes of the season?
Definitely Ahsoka's The Jedi episode and the finale.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just that was really good.
Yeah,
nothing beats that.
I rewatched those 2 a bunch. I also thought the one before the finale was pretty good with Bill Burr in it. That one was awesome.
Like, honestly, like I'm very looking forward to the Ahsoka Tano series on Disney Plus. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. We'll talk about those in a second. But first, at the end of season 2, they had a post-credit scene, which I didn't really expect them to have because they didn't have one in the first season, I don't think. And they revealed that there's a Boba Fett series coming. Coming this December. Instead of a Mandalorian season 3 being this December, they'll have that, and then season 3 will be next year. But I want to talk about like our predictions and our thoughts on them making that a separate series. What are your initial predictions and wishes and hopes for what they bring? Those can be separate things, or those could be the same thing. Like, what do you hope they bring, and what do you think they'll do with the series?
I think they're I feel like where the show is at right now, like they're kind of getting close to the era of because you know how they talk about the New Republic, how so like they mentioned the series, I feel like we're getting close to maybe we get to see the rise of Ben Solo, or Ben Solo, the rise of Kylo Ren in that era.
Do you think they'll do shows with that, or do you think they'll avoid it?
Honestly, it really depends.
Yeah. In one way, it seems like they're trying to get away from that sequel trilogy, but at the same time, they definitely.
Oh yeah. I think they're gonna avoid it, but I think they're just gonna I know there's always an ending, but.
I mean, Kylo Ren, he's a fan favorite, so I can see them doing something with him in the future.
Yeah, I feel like John Favreau, maybe a scene in the Mandalorian, I could definitely see it in season 3 or stuff, just when they end the series.
What can you see, or what do you hope? Do you have any idea of what you hope will happen in Boba Fett? And do you think we'll see characters from Mandalorian in that show, like Mando, or anyone else?
Well, we could definitely see Mando. I could see Boba Fett and Mando being the attack, dual fight.
Yeah, that could be cool. So I don't know what I'm looking forward to in that show, but I liked the action a lot in Mandalorian with him, so I know I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. I think it'll be a pretty cool show. I think it'll have a lot of action, and I think it'll be pretty good. Why do you think The Mandalorian as a show is so beloved and really is the first thing that hasn't divided the fan community in a while? What do you think is different about it?
When I look at it like a new TV series, I definitely look at the story, the writing, pay attention to the writing, pay attention to what characters they bring, and how they just their story direction. Favreau, is a big Star Wars fan. Like he, like, and he's an actor. He took from every perspective, and now he's a director of himself. Like
He's very experienced, yeah.
He's making like, I feel like he's just putting like this is his love story of Star Wars. Like this is what like Star Wars should have been.
Yeah.
In a way.
I also think this show has a lot of characters from other Star Wars properties, but it's a lot smaller of a scale than the movies are, and I think people like that. I think it's also pretty obvious, unlike the sequels,
it's more,
that
it's more in depth. It's more like you're learning more character analysis. Like
yeah, it's more character based. With the sequel movies, it really felt to me like they obviously had no plan. They didn't really know where they were going, and they kept changing directions. But this show's felt like they know where it's going, and I think even with all these shows going along with it, I think it'll continue to be, as long as it's under Jon Favreau. I think it'll continue to be really well executed and such.
I know I mentioned this before, but like I said, like TV is the golden age, like because there's more room to expand. Like movies, you can make it's only like about 1 hour, 2 hour of the content.
Here with 8 episodes, you have like 6-7 hours a season.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, definitely. This show definitely works better, I think, as a long-form TV series, and I'm glad they went with that. So we can talk now about the upcoming shows. You mentioned the Ahsoka show, and there's the Boba Fett show, and then there's a show named Rangers of the New Republic, and those three are also connected to Mandalorian Season 3, and they're all under the direction of Jon Favreau. What show are you most looking forward to, and why? I know you mentioned Ahsoka a bunch, so it can be that one if that's it.
Oh yeah, Ahsoka. I'm excited because like I feel like they haven't really released details yet. It could be a prequel, it could be a sequel, but I think it's going to be a sequel, right?
They said it picks up where she was in Mandalorian, because in the episode she asked that lady, "Where's Thrawn?" and that's supposedly what it's about, her search for Thrawn.
I mean, I know she's getting older, but I mean, I feel like her story never ends, but I feel like it could have an ending at some point. But
do you think after her show,
I guess we'll see.
Do you think after her show we'll see her in Mandalorian again in Season 3? Or Season 4? Or whichever is after her show?
I think there could be a connection, one scene. I would love to see a scene. Me personally, and this is kind of like, actually, this is a wishful thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker meet up and probably train Grogu, or like, because like when she said there's not many Jedis out there,
it's just a few, yeah, that's possible. I don't know if they'll do that or not, but that'd be awesome. Do you when you saw the episode with Luke, did the CGI bother you at all, or did you really care? I didn't really care,
bother me, but it's like it was a surprise to see Luke, but I mean if they're just gonna use it for the past,
yeah, I mean I didn't really care. I thought
you don't try to continue it with it too much. I mean, I get it because you're doing it because it's continuity. Like Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill was young.
Yeah, some people are saying they would have rather them recast it, but I think that would have made it less special. So I'm glad they went with that, and it didn't really matter that much to me.
Me neither. So I was like, okay, it's Luke.
I think I'm pretty excited for the Ahsoka show, and then, honestly, I think Mandalorian Season 3 is probably the other one I'm most excited for.
Oh,
but they announced. Oh, there's also the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Out of those, I'm really interested to see Obi-Wan, since Hayden Christensen is coming into it also. As far as the movies go, I'm pretty interested to see Taika Waititi's movie, and Rogue Squadron will probably be pretty good as well. But yeah, I'm most looking forward to Ahsoka and Mandalorian Season 3. So, do you think that the series can carry the momentum of The Mandalorian? And do you think they'll have a better or worse reaction overall? Or do you think Mandalorian's like the best? Or do you think, like, can you see them getting the same response as Mandalorian has gotten?
I would say the Mandalorian season 2 this far is great. It was, it was great. But I mean, it really opened up to a lot of roads. I'll put it in that way. Like it's opening to like new roads, like to say what comes next in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, as long as they put as much care and attention and planning into these other series as they did with that show, I think they'll all turn out pretty good, and I think that the fans will be happy, at least hopefully so, because it's a really good lineup coming up in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Anything else you have to say about Mandalorian Season 2?
If you haven't seen it, I mean, at this point, if you guys are keep watching, I appreciate you for watching. But if you haven't seen Mandalorian Season 2, check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm pretty sure you guys watch it by now.
Yeah, if you're watching a Mandalorian video, you probably watched the series.
I'm just really excited for the future of what Farhud's vision has planned.
All right, and whatever you guys are looking forward to, whatever you predict, whatever you think is going to come in the next shows, or what you thought of Mandalorian Season 2, let us know by leaving us a tip at streamelements.com/relivethemagic/tip, and that link will be in our description as well. And that'll do it for today's show. Thank you all so much for listening. We'd love to see you join us again tomorrow. And at that tip link I just gave you, feel free to leave topics, questions, comments about today's show, or let us know what you want to hear us talk about in the future. And you can go ahead and follow us on Twitter, follow our Instagram page, follow us here on YouTube. You can find all that information in the description of this episode. I want to thank you all for listening today, and we hope you will join us tomorrow. Have a good day.